me tell you a little bit about myself, because when I talk, many people have tried to know a little bit about me. Those who know me know me. Those who don't know me don't know me. I want to tell you about my background a little bit so that you know why I feel like I can actually speak on some of these subjects with some authority. Basically, I am a first-generation immigrant from Cameroon. I have not always been an entrepreneur, but I sailed through college in the University of Njoya in Cameroon. For those who know Cameroon, I was the second batch of the university and the first batch of students graduating in accounting from a university in English-speaking students in that country. So when I got to university, accountants were scarce in our market, in the country, and all of them were either trained neighboring Nigeria, in France, in England, or in the United States, and some went to some of those other countries. It was a high-class society set of people, and they were the very first to have gone through the program, and we were the very first to have gone through the program through a local university. So I saw a lot of opportunity in this personally, and I decided to bring together a group of students in what we called at the time the University of Njoya Accounting Association. I'm talking about this because this was a springboard to me, and it can help somebody. So this turned out to be really the springboard for not only for me, for many of the students. It was huge for us, and many who saw the vision and embraced it. It really changed our lives. We started Yuba with 3 people, and long story short, by the time we were leaving the university, we had made ourselves known to almost the entire business community in Cameroon, in the country. We had the opportunity to help the university place up to 72 students on internship. That was huge. This landed me personally. I was the president of the association. It landed me a job in one of the largest public accounting firms in the world, one of the largest consultancies in the world. I landed a job with PwC, and at the time, I was the only person within PwC who had trained in Cameroon. So I was on trial. They took me for training for a month, and by the time the month ended, I was already on payroll. I did so well that they engaged me on payroll. And 2 years down the line, that company decided to invest in me. They relocated me to the UK, where I went and trained in oil and gas. I went and trained as a chartered accountant. So I returned to PwC in Francophone Africa a couple of years later after living in, principally I was in Aberdeen. So when I returned to PwC Africa, my role in PwC Francophone Africa was the reporting manager for all group reporting clients. That was a big, significant role. By the time I was 10 years within PwC, I was a known equity partner. So I left PwC in 2011, PwC Cameroon, and then I moved to the United States. And then I joined PwC again in the United States. So I was in PwC in Chicago area. My office was in Iowa. I was in Iowa for a couple of years. Then I left. I left because I needed to build my own business. When I left, I joined a mid-sized firm in the Midwest. I was in charge of assurance in that business, and I was instrumental in growing that business to the point we have branches and a branch even here. When I left PwC, I just want to tell you, through this education, the reason I went into a smaller firm was mainly because I had worked extensively with bigger firms. So I needed to know the community. I'd worked with bigger companies. I'd been working in large companies. And I knew that as an entrepreneur, my business would mainly be with smaller businesses, smaller companies, entrepreneurs. I did not know them. With PwC, I get to work with the Fortune 500 and things like that. So that's one of the reasons. That's one of the main reasons I joined the smaller firm. And when I left that firm, it was a tremendous learning experience. I understood how these things work. I knew how to do most of the things that small business. I learned how to build wealth, how to grow businesses in smaller communities. I started this firm in 2018. We started first as a partnership. It didn't work out. And then we went out and created CHN.